Hi, my name is Chris Beatty. I wanted to relay the strength finders that I got after taking the assessment and create this video for everybody to get to know me a little bit better. So, my first skill is learner, which basically means that I love to learn. I have a deep desire to learn new ideas, concepts, skills, but also not to become a subject matter expert in one area. Um, Basically, to become a jack of all trades, which I feel is pretty accurate in my life. So right now, as a profession, I am a lawyer and I work for the federal government. So while taking while taking law classes, I actually found myself really enjoying the business side of things. Um, that's usually what happens in my life while I'm learning about one subject. I'll find another subject tucked in that subject and immediately fall for that one as well. And next thing I know, I'm going down that path of learning as much as I can. It's basically how I ended up in this program. Just by learning one other expertise or subject, such as law, I found that I really loved business. And being learning that I am my number one skill is learner really doesn't shock me because I've had friends tell me I'm basically a jack of all trades. And so that number one skill I think has really benefited me in life, and I'm kind of happy that it came out as my number one strength. Second, intellection, basically meaning I enjoy mental activity. I like to think or exercising the muscles of my brain. I think that goes really well with you know, learner. I enjoy those intellectual conversations. I enjoy puzzles. So what happens as being a lawyer is I have a lot of complex legal issues that I need to address, need to handle. And I've actually found that I really enjoy them. So again, wasn't too surprised that intellection was one of my strengths. Third is input. Essentially, that means that I collect things. I collect information, I collect books, I collect experiences. And I was actually pleasantly surprised to see this one because as an example, it talks about traveling. If you travel, you love to go to new locations with novel artifacts and facts. And I mean, I love to travel. That is a huge piece of my identity. Is the new experiences that come with traveling. So it actually brought a pretty big smile to my face to see that I this was one of my strengths, input, loving to collect those experiences. Fourth, I my fourth strength is context. Essentially, that means I look back to understand the present, which makes a lot of sense. I love to learn about history as well. It's another one of those avenues I found myself going down. And it basically says that you create better decisions moving forward by looking back and seeing how these situations apply to things that you've learned in the past. Again, I think that pretty much um, defines how I like to look at issues. I try and compare them to stuff that I've seen in the past. It happens a lot with law, happens with a lot of issues in my personal life as well. So I think this context again really does it's surprising how accurate these can be. And lastly, my fifth strength is responsibility. This one basically means that I have an ownership to commitment. If I commit to doing something, I take it very personal and I want to complete it. And if I'm unable to finish that commitment, I not only take it as a slight towards whoever I'm talking to, whoever I'm committing to, I also have a personal anguish behind it. And I've kind of realized that does define me. Once I take on a goal, once I take on a task, I really want to finish it. I'm kind of driven to finish that task as a like my own personal accomplishment. So I think these skills I believe make a lot of sense how I ended up not only in this MBA program, but they kind of define the type of life I like to lead. I'm always inquisitive, always curious, always want to learn more. And if I take on a task, I want to complete it. And moving forward, I hope that does better the world in some way. But I guess only time will tell. Thanks.